had another question over here, and then we'll go there.
Hi, Tim. Joe Roberts. I perceive one of the underlying problems to go right to immigration. I think it ties into everything. It's money in, it's money out. What are your views from the standpoint of the Arizona law? As we speak, there's an MSNBC poll being taken, and it's running about 20-1 in favor of Arizona versus the Obama administration. What do you think from the standpoint of the direction you would want to go with immigration?
Sonny Bono, when asked about when he was still alive, not since then. A little crummy levity. He was asked, Sonny, Congressman Bono, what's your position on illegal immigration? And he looked up from the table and he said, what was that first word again? And they said illegal. He said, carry out the law. It is the law now. We have immigration law. The problem is we're not following it. We're not carrying it out. And when we attempt to carry it out, especially at the local levels, our deputy sheriffs, and so forth and so on, so often they will use the law and then they'll call ICE or they'll call the federal and they'll say, well, could you transport them for us? I mean, then the cost factor inhibits what's going on. So when a state like Arizona decides if it's the federal government's responsibility, according to the law, the Constitution, number one responsibility of the federal government, including a member of Congress, is to defend and protect its citizens against all enemies, foreign and domestic. It's the oath of office I've taken. It's the oath of office if you've served in the military, you've taken. It's an oath of office that says this is what America is about. And when we've let a state, a sovereign state like Phoenix, like Arizona, get into a situation where their citizens cannot leave their homes, Phoenix for instance, without a worry that it'll be inhabited with drug pushers or worse once they come back, we've gone too far. So I support Arizona completely on that. And I just hope that Governor Brewer and ultimately the judge who makes the decision nails our federal government to the wall for what they're doing. When in fact they are allowing other cities, including Ann Arbor, get away with violating federal laws or setting their own laws in place. And we're not touching that on cities of refuge, which goes, I mean, the city wants to do that, okay, but it's against the federal law. And why are we selecting out Arizona? Because they're saying, we're going to pass a law that, if you've read it, it refers directly to the federal laws and the compiled laws and the articles and sections, the paragraphs. That's all they're doing. They're saying, we're going to use the federal law to carry it out.
The whole premise supports the money in, Social Security, taxes being paid, everything. And it's probably a much more serious issue than a lot of people comprehend. It's not just illegal people coming into the United States. It's the taxes they would be paying if they were legal. It's the jobs that they're taking that the Americans could have. It impacts everything that's going on at this present time.
I wish I could remember. I heard yesterday a guy on WJR was being interviewed. I think Mark Levin was interviewing him. I was driving, but it was unbelievable. The millions of dollars that goes billions of dollars that go directly into just the illegal alien issue. As you said, the jobs that are taken, of the taxes that aren't paid, of the crime enforcement that goes on.
It's just to care for the illegal people.
The education dollars, the medical dollars, all of that put in. He had done a accounting of that. It was just amazing the cost. And Americans in their graciousness, we don't hold back immigrants. We welcome immigrants, but we welcome them if they come to abide by our laws. Sure, to enjoy the opportunity, but abide by our laws, speak our language, and sign the guest book.
What about the, as of today, statistic that says there's 14 million illegal aliens here right now? How would you address that issue?
That is probably low.
Yeah, it was 30.
That is probably low. I think we start by doing what Arizona is doing. They're leaving Arizona. When Calderon goes back to Mexico, calls his social services entity together, whatever they're called, and says, we need to up the dollars going into our programs for the people coming back from America. That says that has a place. If they can't work, because they aren't legally documented, they have a decision to make. I don't think it's our decision necessarily to say that we're going to put them on buses and planes and pay that expense and take them back. They'll find ways to do that, as they found a way over.